Skull and Bones very much has the attention of gamers right now, a new tactical action game in an open world with naval tactics and warfare, piracy set in East Africa and Southeast Asia during the golden age of piracy. Since its announcement at E3 in 2017, Skull and Bones had undergone many changes, and some might say the development during all these years felt a little chaotic. Plenty of release delays, 2021, 2022, 23, and now we are finally coming to a close with its open beta running right now and the release being just around the corner. But what can you expect from Skull and Bones, and how does it compare to other piracy games such as Sea of Thieves, for example? Before we dive into the game further, a small note on transparency from my side. I am a member of the Ubisoft Creator Program. Thank you, Ubisoft, for accepting me and providing me with information and further details, but honestly, that won't keep me from being critical towards this game, and we have to talk about a few things here. When launching Skull and Bones first, you will be directly thrown into a battle, a very quick introduction to the setting, the controls of your ship, and the basic battle mechanics. Also, a little text to explain to you what you are doing right now. You will be fighting a fleet of other ships who will do everything to sink you. Now here's the first moment where you might raise a few questions and we will have to answer them right away. If you thought this game is about roaming around on your ship using cannons, changing over to sails, adjusting them, going on repairs with an AI crew or your mates, everything in first-person perspective, I will sadly have to disappoint you. The controls of your own vessels are mainly from the third-person perspective and you are able to control everything at the same time. You will be using your key bindings for repairs, use the mouse to aim and shoot cannons, WASD to steer the ship. You are your ship and doing all at once. At this point, the AI crew you can see on your ship is more decoration and shouting stuff at you, just like in real life. And while the game offers you to embark and disembark your vessel, you can only do it at certain points. You can go on land at big outposts, camps, or story-related POIs. Skull and Bones more feels as if someone tried to splice an arcade game with an action adventure, and while at first glance this feels very unusual, it is quite enjoyable. Navigation and controls are something you need to get used to though. Main issues I see here is that I am personally used to games such as Sea of Thieves, where the boat more turns like a large truck, whereas here the controls more feel like steering a motorboat. Of course, both ways are not that realistic, but to be honest, I think most people would get bored if the naval would be 100% correct. Coming back to our intro sequence from earlier, you will be facing the consequences of the battle very quickly and will notice something new. In Skull and Bones you have not jumped into a single player game where you can now experience a full campaign. While there are video sequences, story elements such as letters, conversations to behold and more, this game heavily focuses on being an open world PvP MMO. Certainly you can play on your own and invite friends to play, and there are also safe zones where you can hang around, but if you want to experience the full game, you will need to head out and make your name as a pirate. If you're not 100% into combat, you can also try your luck by being a merchant and trying to find the best price for the commodities you're carrying with you. Though I have to admit I have not figured out how this might work in detail, but there seems to be some kind of economy. Your ship and the equipment, such as cannons and more, will be crafted by you, and of course, for crafting, you need to collect material. However, instead of leaving your ship and chopping down trees, you stay on your ship and do little reaction minigames. Graphic-wise, the game is beautiful. With its setting, Ubisoft did choose wisely. I cannot complain there. Voice acting is super great, though what does put me a little off is that our playable character is doing the link. No talking at all, just pointing at things. At least for cutscenes, Ubisoft could have invested a little to give our character a voice, as they already had for all these NPCs. Oh, by the way, is it crossplay? Yes, it is. All in all, Ubisoft did a good job on this MMO, even there are little details here and there which could have been better. The game is fun to play, it has some inbuilt story, voice acting is good. Controls, okay, you need to get used to them, as it does feel intended for console first. So what is the catch? You're not very free in how you move and what you do. Leaving the ship is only possible at certain POIs. Movement inside these POIs is limited to whether it is an outpost or something story relevant, which might just play automatic for you. Also, 60 to 90 euros is the price tag on this game, depending on your location and the edition of the game, of course. When considering some live services is planned with Battle Pass's new content in-game store, I have to say the price is very high. Ubisoft could have gone with 40 to 50 euros instead and still make a good income with the in-game store for cosmetics and the battle passes. I also do not agree with the premium edition having additional missions, which the standard buyers will not get. This is making the premium edition being the full game and the standard just a light version of the game. When talking about MMOs and live service games, everyone buying the game should receive the same content. I'm fine with giving premium edition buyers some fancy cosmetics, which only they will get during the lifetime of the game. Last point I want to mention, it is a multiplayer game with PvP elements, and I do hope Ubisoft is ready to tackle toxic idiots invading the gaming space. Otherwise, this game could sadly very quickly die out. Just saying, in the end, it is a game we should enjoy, don't take it too serious. By the way, as for the requirements, make sure to have Skull and Bones on an SSD with at least 65 GB of free storage. Last note, all impressions you see here were from the current open beta, so things might change until the release. So what do you think about this game? Yay or nay? Drop your comment. Thank you very much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel to support me and to watch more in the future. Until then, see you on the seas.